This book presents content from Chapter 4 of the book Sustainable Living and World Peace. This video is the first of 3 videos on a section entitled America's Brand of Freedom and How We Portray It to the World. The following quote is attributed to George Washington. Observe good faith and justice towards all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. Religion and morality enjoin this conduct, and can it be that good policy does not equally enjoin it? It will be worthy of a free, enlightened, and not so distant period, a great nation, to give to mankind the magnanimous and too novel example of a people always guided by an exalted justice and benevolence. Who can doubt that in the course of time and things, the fruits of such a plan would richly repay any temporary advantages which might be lost by a steady adherence to it? Can it be that Providence has not connected the permanent felicity of a nation with its virtue? The experiment, at least, is recommended by every sentiment which ennobles human nature. Alas, is it rendered impossible by its vices? In the execution of such a plan, nothing is more essential than the permanent, inveterate antipathies against particular nations and passionate attachments for others should be excluded, and that in place of them, just and amicable feelings toward all should be cultivated. The nation which indulges toward another a habitual hatred or a habitual fondness is in some degree a slave. It is a slave to its animosity or to its affection, either of which is sufficient to lead it astray from its duty and its interest. Antipathy in one nation against another disposes each more readily to offer insult and injury, to lay hold of slight causes of umbrage, and to be haughty and intractable when accidental or trifling occasions of dispute occur. Hence frequent collisions, obstinate, envenomed, and bloody contests. America is great because America is good. If we think of our principled foundation, we can see that the good we have to share with the world does not, in essence, originate from the might makes right model we all too often project to the world. The widespread presence of the United States military around the world, our use of threats and coercion, including economic sanctioning, in our interactions with other countries, and the negative attitudes many people in other countries have about us, tells us that we are not relying on our goodness to convey our greatness. Leading with threats, coercion, meddling, bombs, and guns is reactive, not proactive if your objective is peace, understanding, equality, freedom, and prosperity for all. The recent political climate in the United States drives us to be controlling, policing, meddling, manipulating, and quick to stick our nose aggressively into other countries' business. If our leaders do not lead in this manner, then the political party in opposition to the leaders will say that we are being weak, not doing enough, and need to get more involved through coercion or military threats and intervention. Just like how our leaders may be motivated to do something unsustainable to make the economy look like it is growing, such as deficit spending, our leaders are also motivated by the current political climate to lead through other unsustainable and often detrimental means. There is something we must be wary and fully cognizant of while we embrace a path of peaceful and inclusive-minded leadership. The road to achieving this type of leadership will involve transitional periods where peace will come more slowly at certain times and more slowly in certain areas of the world. Proceeding by projecting our right versus our might will require great caution because there are many wicked people out there looking to use violence to promote their cause for their own benefit. There are many people who cannot tolerate our freedom because they feel it jeopardizes the chance for control and to gain power through strongly coercive and violent means. The path to peace will be difficult. We may get discouraged by its slow progress at times, and it may even appear to us as being impossible in the worst of times. However, we must remain confident in the fact that world peace is not only possible, but is part of our human destiny. We must remain assured that we are not at all leading from a position of weakness by doing this. We should see it for what it is, as a strong projection of our rightness and the most virtuous course for us to help lead the world toward sustainability.